Hi everyone, welcome to Loona. In case you didn't know, I used to be GG Queens, but I had my subscribers vote for a new name. And now I'm Loona. So now into the video topic. Today I will be doing a Looniverse theory. If you have no idea what the Looniverse is, go watch at least part 1 of Luminosity's introduction to the Looniverse series, link in the description. Today I will be dissecting the new moon teaser. Let's go. So as always, first we have the moon intro. It is the same as Why Not? And star. This means that this teaser is in the same part of the Looniverse, before the loop to the backwards Looniverse, where 3 ones, circle I odd, and Y by Y live. Then we see something floating in space. A white object with a speck of blue at the end. A dress. At the start, I do not think Go 1 is in the dress, but rather materializes inside it. Go 1 means the light parts or terrae, meaning earth in Latin. The terrae is higher than the dark parts, hence Go 1 also means plateau. I think this scene shows Go 1 becoming the moon, and replacing it for the new moon. Maybe the moon is incomplete, because they need the dark parts or Maria, meaning sea in Latin, to make a full moon. Who will fill this part of the moon, though? Then we get a close-up of Go 1 in the dress. She is wearing a blue flower earring. Flowers are closely associated with Go 1, from the up and line teaser, to the end of One and Only, her floral dress in So What, and I'm sure there are more I can't think of. Makes sense, considering her animal is the butterfly, and butterflies eat nectar from flowers. Next we see Hyunjin. This scene is also in the Why Not music video, but it is a bit longer. This scene shows Go 1, the butterfly and her number mirror pair, 2 to 11, flying away to become the terrae. Maybe Hyunjin is the March year then. I also have another possible girl who represents the March year later on. And Why Not? She doesn't have her shoe, so maybe Go 1 has it? Or maybe her color mirror cheery yellow to purple has it. Let's see. Next is Go 1 flying above a hurricane. The reason this happens is because of the butterfly effect. It is actually called the butterfly effect, because someone once said if a butterfly in Brazil flaps its wings, does it cause a hurricane in Texas? Brazil and Texas are very far apart. Basically the question is asking, do such minor changes have a much larger effect on the final result? Go 1 is trying to start the hurricane. Maybe she's helping Olivier in her quest for all the lunas around the world to burn themselves, or it could be something else. Then we see a burning butterfly. This appeared in the hash teaser. This to me says that the butterfly has burned herself. In other words, Go 1 has burned herself and risen as the moon. The scene is also probably a flashback to the hash teaser, where Go 1 burned herself, and becoming the moon means she got a result from burning her old identity. Next is Eve, who is in a color inverted place. I checked Eve's color after inversion and it's basically Eden green. Does that mean that this scene has something to do with Go 1? I also inverted the scene again to show the previously inverted colors. And there is a lot of Eden green. This means Eve is the opposite of Go 1. It also makes me think that Eve is the Maria. So that clip was very fast, so I'm gonna show it to you again all the way slow down. First there is a glitch. Music videos have been glitched 3 times, by Vivi and Hye-jin in So What and Even Why Not. The common trait among these three girls is they all are a shade of pink. Then we see a color-inverted apple falling. Apples have been dropped many times. Once it was from Eve to Cheery and New, who then gave that apple to Go One in One and Only. Apples have also fell to the floor in New, which is what I think this is. It is followed by a scene from New, the one when Vivi and Eve are roller skating. Here it is in New. The scene is not the same as the one from New. When it shows their hands, it is only slightly filtered, but when it shows the floor there is harsh filtering and color-inverted apples are added. To me, this confirms my theory that we are soon going to flip to the other side of the loop, because it is showing a bunch of color-inverted scenes. So it will be inverted versions of what happened on the front of the loop. The final part shows Vivi's solo scene from Why Not, but it's flickering from dark to normal. To me, this clip seems like New, but Vivi's memory has gotten even more messed up than it was in Every Day I Love You, and it even messed her memory of Why Not. Maybe this is because the flip of the Mobius is reversing time, and her memories? Then we see Vivi in a brand new scene with brown hair. She is possibly by the ocean, because she seems to be on a ledge and you can hear waves. She seems to be looking at someone, who I think is Jin-Sol, because there are only two members who have ocean animals, Jin-Sol and Shu. But Jin-Sol is closely associated with water and is paired with Vivi more, so I think if Vivi is looking at someone it's Jin-Sol. The next scene goes super fast, so here it is again, slow down. So first there's a little bit of the past scene that I forgot to cut out, but I don't want to randomly delete any parts of the teaser, and also the original non-slowed down clip is at the limit. Then we see the ocean, presumably the one that Vivi and possibly Jin-Sol were next to, then fire. I think that the scene shows the collision of fire and water, or Jin-Sol and Olivia Hye. Fire and water are usually seen as opposites, but they are similar in some ways. One major one is that they are both very helpful and very destructive at the same time. Fire can burn down buildings and forests, but it can also be used for cooking and light. Water can drown people and cause floods, but it is also essential for every organism on Earth. Jin-Sol and Olivia Hye's roles are very similar. They are both seen as villains in the Lunaverse, but they did some good things. In Hye, Jin-Sol helps to find Ye-jin and Hae-seul, probably, and recruit Olivia Hye. In So What, Olivia burns the moon to free the other girls from the loop. Sadly, this does not work, but it was good intentioned. On to the next scene. Another quick one too, so here it is, slow down. First it shows Olivia Hye in So What with her moon burning torch, flashing from inverted colors to normal, and here is the screenshot from So What. Because you can barely see anything here, this is a brighter and more zoomed in version. I don't really have an explanation for this other than that most of the teaser is flashbacks, so we can assume this is one of them. Then we see Hye-jin, her number mirror pair 1 to 12. So far most of the girls in this video have been number mirror pairs with the previous girl except Eve and Vivi, which is a color pair, burgundy to light pink. Instead of Eve and Ye-jin 4 to 9 or Vivi to Cheery 5 to 8, well, back to Hye-jin's scene. This is a scene from Why Not, where a burning chunk of the moon flies down, so these two scenes are connected by the moon, showing the before and after. This one again needs to be slowed down, so here it is. First it shows something color inverted. You can have your own interpretation of what it looked like to you before I show you something in a second, but originally I thought it looked like scrunchies. Here it is uninverted. You can now tell that it is hands. In the second frame after the black flash, they start coming apart. This makes me think that in the next comeback we will start rewinding the time back to the pre-debut era, and there will probably be many references to solo and subunit songs. Maybe even solo scenes that look straight out of the music videos. Then we see something. I have no idea what it is or what it could mean. Finally, a scene that does not need to be slowed down. It shows Chu standing on her flowery car from Why Not. She stands on the car twice in the music video, once in the second pre-chorus, and again at the very end of the song and the last two la la way on Dewey. It seems that in both screenshots she is focusing on the burning moon rather than the white comet/plane, but in the leader scenes that I'm going to show you next, the crashing plane, as we are going to assume that it is more important. If you've seen the teaser before, you know that she appears with her car later on, so I will discuss my major theory then. Plus, there are a few scenes in between that will help my theory make sense. Then we see something crashing through the air. Maybe the plane? At the end it flashes green. Lime green. Planes on lime green. What member does that relate to? Next comes a glacier. Loona has filmed in 2 countries with glaciers, Iceland and New Zealand, but when they filmed in New Zealand they were not in the southern mountains where the glaciers are. But in Iceland, the glaciers appear several times in the music video. What music video? Well, I'm assuming you already know, but it's let me in. On to the next scene. So here we see Chu again. She's looking up at the sky, either at the burning moon or the plane. Let's assume that now she has shifted her gaze to the plane, which she now knows why it is coming. That plane is going to drop in Iceland. Jesus will come to it in a yellow car. The Loonaverse is restarting and Chu and the others are reunited with the one they lost along the way. And there she is in the flesh. After a hiatus of almost a year, the third member of Loona has returned. With 2 mini albums, 3 music videos, 10 songs and 1 win without her, Jesus is back. With that said, on to the final part. And for the outro, Girls of the Month, Loona's Korean name, next to the burning moon. The moon has disappeared, ready for it to rise again as a new moon. Some final thoughts on this teaser are that it is not a real comeback teaser, but Loona usually does end of an era teasers title the name of the next comeback, but mainly featuring scenes or continuations of scenes from the previous comeback. Another interesting thing is the Loona 1-3 members always appear after their YY by Y counterpart. Another sign of the reversal of the members. One final word before the outro to the whole video is expect a teaser on February the 27th, a full moon. Okay, that's it for today, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that it took me so long to make another video, but I ended up procrastinating a lot and not using a lot of my free time to edit. But I promise I'll try to put out 1 or 2 videos next week. Towards the end of the making this video I got really happy because I realized that everything K-pop related that I want to happen with my ults are happening. Loona is 12, Twice is 9, Dreamcatcher is 7, Red Velvet is probably going to have a comeback next month, and ITZY? Well, nothing was really ever going on with ITZY, but at least they have English versions of all the title tracks for me to cringe at but also make a fun of. Now to summon an OT13 WJSN comeback. As always, thank you for watching. Also, thank you for 80 subs. I'm going to be doing celebrations for every 50 subscribers, so once I get to 100 I have a big surprise planned for you guys. Bye.